going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here, you can call me Irish, and I hope you enjoyed that intro clip. So, as you might be able to tell, I'm kind of trying to work this into the channel in some way, some kind of, whenever I make a video, like try and have some kind of cool, interesting intro clip. But yeah, that was a much closer version of the intro from the last video. They were on 99 tickets, they had one more ticket left, and we were on something like 96. And luckily for us, for some reason, they went back down to like 98 or 97 tickets. And I managed to get the game-winning kill. Just like a couple of M39 EMR shots, as you can see. And speaking of which, that's the gameplay that you're going to be watching. I just played a good few rounds yesterday with the M39 EMR with the IRNV scope. Very, very fun setup to use. And I had a good couple of rounds, and I managed to finish off that intro clip round with a pretty nice ending. Today, I thought I would look at myself, which is a weird thing to say. I watch my videos a lot because it's one of them things where it's like I'm very judgmental of myself. I always want to be doing the best that I can. I want to be putting out the best content, like getting the best gameplay that I can. And like it's given me some thoughts, some food for thought. So yeah, pretty much what you're going to be watching, just as I talk about this, is just some more M39 EMR gameplay with the IRNV scope. I had a couple of decent rounds, and that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. 2 minutes in. My bad. I didn't mean to leave it this late. But yeah, so like me, where do I consider myself? So when I'm playing, and I've got friends that I play with on Skype every now and again who will attest to this. When I'm playing, I'm the moaniest fucker. I'm just the most complaining person that you've ever had to deal with in your life. Because in my head, I know that I'm an above average player. Don't consider myself anything special. And one round last night in particular, made that very, very clear. I had some fantastic rounds yesterday where I finished like 2 or 3 KD sort of thing. And I was still second to somebody who had Epsilon in their origin name, which tells me that they're like an ESL kind of pro player. So I was having some really, really good games by my standards, and this guy was still finishing with like a 5 or a 6 KD, where I was only on like a 2 or 3. So I realized that I'm completely like in in my head, I'm a slightly above average player. Maybe better than that, maybe like above average, like on a good day, if my aim's on point and like I'm paying attention and stuff like that. I consider myself to be an above average player to like on a scale of 1 to 10. On a good day, I'm probably a 7. Like I can be pretty good. Like I've got a tactical mindset. I know when to rush, and I know when to like hang back. I've got really, one of the things that I've always been proud on, even back on the Xbox 360, I've got very good kind of recoil control in Battlefield. And I should have mentioned, I'm talking about Battlefield here specifically. BF4, BF3, whatever it may be, but obviously more specifically BF4 recently. Like I consider myself to have really, really pretty good control of recoil, although as I said in my last video, I believe I'm working on my sensitivity settings because I haven't been happy with my recoil control at range. I feel like it just bounces around too much, so I've been trying to lower it. Yeah, like I consider myself to be like an above average player as far as like knowing how to move around the map. I don't just run around like a chicken with no head sort of thing. Like I know kind of roughly where the action is going to be. I know kind of spots to stay away from. I know where players are going to be and that kind of thing. But yeah, the reason that I brought up about like raging to my friends and stuff like that is that because I have such relatively high expectations of myself, when I don't live up to them, it's infuriating. Like it's really, really annoying to me, where I'm like, I know I can do better than that. And it's one of them things where it's like, when you know that you can play better than you're playing, there's nothing more frustrating. Like that's when it's rage quit time for me. I very rarely rage quit unless there's either a hacker, somebody, if I join a server full of the ESL kind of pro players, and they're all using like AEKs and Ace 23s, where I'm trying to like use like a QBZ like or something like that will make me rage quit, because it's just like there's no point. There's literally no point. But yeah, no, I consider myself like a 7 out of 10, like an above average. Like if a 5 is average, a 6 is above average, I'm a 7, 7.5 sort of thing. That's where I place myself in my head on a good day. But again, the problem with me is a lot of the time I play Battlefield just because it's something to do while listening to like a podcast in the background, which again, like this video that you're listening to right now or watching right now, I don't have any gameplay sound. You know, and I've addressed this before that like, so if you're new here and you don't know why there's rarely any game sound, a lot of the time, obviously I use Battlefield 4 clips a lot. So a lot of the time I'm just like, I'm playing it as I'm listening to like a podcast or watching a film or like watching a TV series in the background. I rarely take it that seriously where I actually care about how I perform. I just like to go out and like kind of shoot things and play with the mechanics of the game because they're fun. But I think like when I'm focusing and when I'm on point and when I'm doing trying to do my best, I'm like, again, as I said, 7 out of 5 on a good day, kind of player. And that's like, it's just something that like when I watch my footage back, I'd be like, I've got some really good feedback at times. A lot of people have complimented me on my gameplay and just being like, yeah, you're really, really good. Like, not really, really good, but like, yeah, you're like, your gameplay is enjoyable, like your video quality is enjoyable and stuff like that. But it's the gameplay quality or the quality of the gameplay that really is a compliment that I take on board, because like when I try, and like I really want to do the best that I can. Like this shot here, I think I get the kill on this guy. Yeah, like that's a long range shot. To be using an IRNV with like a DMR to get that kill, not terribly many people would probably pull that off. But that was a kill in particular that I realized afterwards as I'm running around here. I'm still thinking like, yo, that was a good kill. That was pretty nice. But you know, like I don't by any means consider myself anything special. So like when you're watching my gameplay, maybe if you're new here and if you've just come in, like you're a recent subscriber and you're watching my gameplay and thinking that I'm anything special, absolutely not. But I'm not anything like particularly special. But I definitely think I would definitely consider myself above average. And the PC, moving to the PC was a big help for that, because as I said, on the Xbox 360, I was fairly proud of my aim, because I sucked at first like everybody does. When I first started with Battlefield Bad Company 2, I was atrocious. I didn't know what I was doing. But it was weird because it was watching PC gamers videos. Like it was watching like Rival X Factors and stuff like that, talking about recoil control, where he says like to counter the recoil, you pull down on the mouse. So when I was using the sticks, I was like, okay, that obviously transfers to the sticks. So I'll see what it's like to just start learning how to pull. I'm completely goofy, and I push up to look down. So like I'd push up on the sticks to control the recoil, and I got pretty good at it. That's just a thing that I'm proud of, and that kind of ability to be able to control weapons like that transferred over fairly easy to the PC. Obviously with the mouse, like it's something that I made sure to be able to do. Again, here's the intro clip in kind of context. So the gameplay's almost over there. But yeah, I wanted to talk just a little bit about me. So if you're ever watching a video and thinking that like, oh god, this guy's like really good or he's really bad or something like that, here's the honest truth about what I think about myself. It's just I consider myself slightly above average, fairly above average on a good day when I'm really trying. And that's it. I never play to like try hard or everything, or very rarely do I try hard. But yeah, I do my best, and that's that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.